Morning, KB friends. Happy Friday. Today I will be reading some stories from Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. And the first one, Anne Malkinzinski, an inventor. Once there was a girl who couldn't study when it was dark because her house didn't have electricity. One day, her friend Anne came to visit, and together they talked about the issue. Anne was great at building things, and she was especially passionate about transistors, devices that regulate the flow of electric current. Wait, if I could invent a flashlight that is powered by your body? Anne asked her friend. After all, our bodies give off lots of energy in the form of heat. The girls got very excited. Just think how many people could have electricity if this worked. Anna was just 15 years old, but she already had a lot of experience taking things apart and putting them back together. So she started to work on this mysterious new flashlight. She called it the hollow flashlight because she built it using a hollow aluminum tube. When she presented it to the Google Science Fair, she won first prize. It's the first flashlight that doesn't need batteries, wind, or sun, just body heat. Today, Anne is considered one of the most promising inventors of our time. Her dream is to make hollow flashlights available for free to everyone in the world who can't afford electricity. I like the idea of using technology to make the world a better place and to keep our environment clean, she always says. Born October 3rd, 1997 in Canada. If you are alive, you can produce some light. And the next story. Brenda Chapman, director. Once there was a girl who had curly red hair and loved to draw. Her name was Brenda. When she was 15 years old, Brenda called up Walt Disney Studios. I'm really good at drawing, she said. Will you give me a job? They told her to get back in touch when she was older and had some training. That's exactly what she did. She studied character animation at CalArts, and a few years later found herself exactly where she'd always dreamed, working on animated films for Disney in Los Angeles. She soon discovered that she was one of the very few women animators there. That's when I realized why princesses in their films were so helpless. They had all been created by men, she recalls. She promised herself that she would create a new type of princess, strong, independent, and brave, she thought. What a great name for a film. Princess Merida in Brave is anything but helpless. She's a fantastic archer and gallops around on her horse, fighting off bears and having amazing adventures. Brenda based the character on her own little girl Emma, a strong, free-spirited girl just like her mom. She is my Merida, and I adore her. Brenda won an Oscar and a Golden Globe for her film. She also worked on many other award-winning films like Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and The Lion King. Brenda became the first woman to direct an animated feature for a major Hollywood studio with Prince of Egypt. She was born November 1st, 1962, in the United States of America. I drew since I was a little kid, and I wanted to draw in my career. And the final story for today is Mae C. Jemison, astronaut and doctor. Once upon a time, there was a curious girl named Mae who could not make up her mind about what she wanted to be when she grew up. Sewing dresses for her Barbie dolls, she wanted to be a fashion designer. Reading a book about space travel, she wanted to be an astronaut. Fixing a broken toy, she thought maybe an engineer would be better. Going to the theater, she exclaimed, maybe I'll become a dancer. The world was Mae's laboratory, and she had plenty of experiments she wanted to try. She studied chemical engineering, African American studies, and medicine. She learned to speak Russian, Swahili, and Japanese. She became a doctor and volunteered in Cambodia and Sierra Leone. Then she applied to NASA to become an astronaut. May was selected, and after 1 year of training, she was sent into space on board the space shuttle. She carried out tests on the other members of the crew. Since she was not only an astronaut but also a doctor, her mission was to conduct experiments on things like weightlessness and motion sickness, which can be quite a problem when you're floating upside down in outer space. When May came back to Earth, she realized that while she had enjoyed space very much, her true passion was improving health in Africa. So she quit NASA and founded a company which uses satellites to do just that. Mae Jemison was the first African American woman in space, born October 17th, 1956, the United States of America. I always knew I'd go to space. And that's it for today. I hope you have a great weekend.